Welcome to FCRB TV, and it's Sunday, the 16th of December. I'm on my way to training with our U16s and U14s. We'll be training today. But obviously, Arsenal played today at St. Mary's against Southampton, and then the big one was afterwards. United were at Anfield against Liverpool, and also Chelsea played Brighton Hove Albion. So I'll start with the Arsenal game. Disappointing not to get a point. I don't believe we deserved any more than a point. I felt that our makeshift defense was not up to scratch to try to steal all 3 points, but we were decent enough to get a point, didn't get it, and it was a little bit, heartbreaking to lose 3-2. Bird Leno wasn't very good today. I think he had a bad match. Koscielny definitely looked like he just returned from an Achilles injury. Love Koscielny, but he stepped in when we needed him because we have a crisis at the back in terms of suspensions and injuries. Lichtsteiner was fine. Bellerin went off injured. Nacho Monreal, I think, was fine. We just weren't dealing with the cross into the box very well. That's central defense and goalkeeping, and the services coming in, we didn't defend those well either. I also think that going 22 games unbeaten in all competitions, 14 in the league, that's a great feat. It's a great feat, and I believe that the lads look leggy, they look tired. Aubameyang had a few opportunities in the box, and he was just a step too slow, allowing last-ditch stretching tackles to thwart his efforts. I think that all comes down to fatigue. Our squad is good. I think Unai Emery has done a very good job, but the fixture list pileup has taken its toll on us. And it's tough, it's tough because you want to get the 3 points all the time, but it's not easy because we played a Southampton side that they're fighting for their lives. They're fighting a relegation battle, and they just got a new manager, so they're going to be G'd up, ready to go, trying to make sure that they're still in the Premier League come next season. You know what I mean? So it was tough. I'm not mad at the lads. It's one we have to forget. Like Claude said, we got to forget it and just move on and try to bounce back next week. Against Burnley, we have to get those points. I'm picking up a few of my players here for training, so we're going to have some guests, and they might have a thing or two to say about the matches. So here they come. Smart Alex, watch. So, hey guys, we're in SRB TV, so you can say hello if you'd like, and we can talk about the matches today, Manchester United and Liverpool. And so if you want to get on the cam and say hello, what team you play for, your name if you like.
For Real Madrid.
No, we don't play for Real Madrid, nah. So they're shy. They don't want to get in the cam. That's all right. But as I was saying, it was just a tough result for Arsenal, but we'll bounce back, and and it kind of leads into the other match that had a direct effect. But both matches that sandwiched the Arsenal game today had a direct effect on Arsenal's top 4 aspirations. Chelsea played before, and they took care of Brighton 2-1 away from home. Their first goal was offside, but Alonso was in an offside position that affected the central defender and the goalkeeper. But that's okay. That's here nor there. They're a better side. They won 2-1. And then the big one at Anfield, Manchester United versus Liverpool at Anfield. Before we get into that, I just do want to also say that make a comment about Unai Emery's tactical decisions that he made leading into the match and the substitution at halftime. Some fellow Gunners were upset that Alexander Lacazette did not start the match, and you have to take those things into consideration when you're putting your first 11 out. If you go out there and put your best 11 out all the time, you may not have changes to make off your bench. So having the likes of Ozil and Lacazette on our bench today wasn't bad, because at halftime we really should have been at least 1-1, but again, we didn't defend well and we were down 2-1 at halftime. Changes came second half. Lacazette came into the game, and right away he was a factor in the equalizer by Mkhitaryan. He won the ball off of Romeu, got the ball to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan fires from distance, deflection, golazo, 2-2. So that's credit to Unai Emery. I think that some of the fellow Gunners that were trying to question the manager's decisions need to have another look, because I think that this match here, that the loss that we had today, was not necessarily the fault of the manager, but I think fatigue really set in. We'll have to bounce back next week, as I said. So now we go off to Anfield, and I predicted with my players yesterday that I said that United would win 2-1, and they thought that I was crazy. And the reason why I thought that they would win 2-1 is because the game was set up the way Mourinho likes. He gets to sit back, defend away from home, and then look for counterattack opportunities, look for mistakes. And if you're watching the game today, Liverpool scored a good goal to go ahead 1-0. I think Fabinho was their best player today. He really he was a midfield that they've been looking for, because they usually just hustle and bustle and they don't really pass. But that was a great pass by Fabinho to Sadio Mane, 1-0 Liverpool. But look how United got back in the game. Alisson, who I think is comical that people try to compare Alisson to David De Gea, because De Gea is light years better than he is. Alisson drops the ball on a routine cross from Lukaku, drops the cross, and then Lingard steals in, knocks in the loose ball, knocks in the spilled ball, and it's 1-1. So you've got it 1-1, and about 20 minutes to go, and United are in it. They can steal it, and they had some opportunities. And if Lukaku was any type of decent striker, they would have really made them pay. But again, you saw in the second half where I think Fabinho took a rasping shot from distance. It looks like it's a great shot, but De Gea catches it. He doesn't even parry it or anything or tip it over the bar. He caught it like it was warm-ups. The guy's amazing. So it's still 1-1, and then Shaqiri comes on, and Liverpool's game doesn't really change. It's still very direct, trying to overrun the opposition. Man United's hanging in there, and look how they get their goals. 2 deflected goals. If those shots were not deflected, DDG would have saved them both. And it works out for Arsenal that United lose today, because that keeps them at bay from trying to catch us for top 4 positioning. So they losing today 3-1. That's well and good for Arsenal, but I kind of wanted United to win today, because I really don't think Liverpool's that good. I really don't think they're that good, and I think that people are just buying into this hype of Klopp and Alisson and Virgil van Dijk, and I'm not with it, because you saw what happened when they came to the Emirates. We were all over them. We should have won the game, but they were lucky to get away with a 1-1 draw. And then look at today. What about this whole Mohamed Salah nonsense? Where was Mohamed Salah today? Where was Mohamed Salah? Utam, can you tell where Mohamed Salah was? He was in the pocket. He was in the pocket of Lindelof. My man did nothing. No, not even Lindelof. You know who shut him down? It was Ashley Young. Ashley Young was giving it to him. He couldn't get away from Ashley Young. All of them were tackling him. Lindelof, Eric Bailly, Yo, they were killing him. They were killing him. I mean, Mohamed Salah is he is all hype. All hype. I'm not even worried about that dude. So
Mohamed Salah dropped him on the
Mohamed Salah dropped who?
Bailey.
Dude, Bailey did that to himself. Bailey did that to himself. You know, Bailey did that to himself.
He might be scared,
but anyway, I'm not drinking the soup of Liverpool. I still think that they'll be caught by City. They weren't really that impressive, and that's why Mourinho's interview, he was like, man, we lost the game or whatever, but like, with even at 2-1, they felt they were still in it. But Liverpool were quite fortuitous to get those the second and third goal. And being a manager myself, I do believe that you create your own luck, and Liverpool's pressure got them those chances. Great, fair and good. But they never really created a lot of chances, clear-cut chances where you say, oh, you should have scored. You know what I mean? They didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I felt as though that Liverpool took a lot of shots from distance, a lot of shots from outside the box. And what did they get with it? What did they get? You know what I mean? It's just to say, oh, I took a lot of shots. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you did. Yeah, you took a lot of shots, but how many were really valuable shots? You know what I mean? So I thought it was, we got another one. So now we're going to the facility to train. But I wasn't impressed with Liverpool. I thought that the game was just the way Mourinho wanted it to go. But, he playing with Lukaku up front's like playing a man down. The guy's trash. I'm sorry. He's no good. United made a big mistake signing that guy. And that lands on the shoulders of Mourinho. So I'm sure the United fans are going to blast him for that. But he was horrible today. But overall, it's a good championship race, top 4 race. Arsenal, we're still in it. And Liverpool, they're not out of sight yet. City's right there. I think, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but Tottenham is there as well. And then Arsenal and Chelsea are fighting as well. So those 5 teams, there's still a lot to be played. Where those 5 teams will end up at the end of the season. I don't think it's a walk. Liverpool will not go unbeaten in the season. So it's just, I felt the game was a little bit anticlimactic, to be honest, because United were poor, but they could still have won it, but they were just a lot poorer than I thought that they would be. The mistake I would say Mourinho made is that the lineup that he had against Arsenal midweek 2 weeks ago was a lineup he should have had today, and I think some lads were injured or not 100%, so that's why he couldn't do that. But he needed Juan Mata did not start the game. He should have started the game. I don't know. I mean, I would have found a way to. Go ahead, my man, my number 7 from my under 13 team just asked, what about Paul Pogba? Now that's another story in itself. We could be on this for another 30 minutes now.
Mourinho doesn't like Paul Pogba.
Well, he doesn't like Paul Pogba because Paul Pogba does not listen. Paul Pogba does not follow instructions, and we, the world, need to accept the fact that you're not gonna like what I have to say, but Paul Pogba is not as good as people think he is. He really isn't. When he was at Juventus, he shined because the Italians there gave him a single game plan. Everybody else played so Pogba could not be the reason why they were getting counted or losing the ball. That's why. But now Pogba, he feels he has transferred so much money. He has gone back to Man United. He has won the World Cup. So he wants to act as if he's some kind of big player and he can do whatever he wants. But you guys watch the games. You see the games. He hasn't been good enough. So Mourinho is an old school coach, and he has no time for that. No time, So something's going to have to give, whether Mourinho will be fired at the end of the season, or Pogba will leave in January, or Pogba will leave at the end of the season. But no Pogba today. I don't think he would have made a difference, but I think Juan Mata could have made a difference. I think that a healthy Martial could have made a difference. And I think if Rashford got the opportunity to play down the middle, that would have made a difference. But because Martial wasn't 100%, Lukaku had to play, and Lukaku was terrible. But hey, Man United is not my team, so I'm fortunate. My team lost today, but my Arsenal will be back. We're okay. We just need to, rejuvenate ourselves, get some rest, and we'll be back. And my FC Red and Black sides were phenomenal yesterday. 4 squads. 2 got W's, 1 got a draw, and the other unfortunately lost 3-2. Almost similar to the way Arsenal lost. 3-2, game is 2-2, poor marking, guy gets loose, 3-2, game over. So it's been a decent weekend for FC Red and Blacks and myself. Let me know what you think of the games today, and we'll chat it up. We'll talk about it. All right, what time? You got something to say? What time? No, he's good. He's scared. He's scared. Girls, he's scared. You see him in the hallway, don't put him under any pressure, okay? He'll come around. All right? So, yeah, if you like the conversation, please subscribe at the bottom and let me know what you think, all right? Enjoy the rest of the day, and all the best and start of the new week. FCRB TV. Ciao.